Welcome in, Tiger fans. This is Tiger Den Sports, and I am the best blind guy in sports. I'm your host, Jason Darcy, and today we're going to be going over the LSU post game versus Purdue from the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. LSU has dominated this game versus Purdue, 56-7, the final score in the Citrus Bowl. LSU came out ready to play. I can't get over that they beat Purdue as bad as they did. I thought it was going to be more of a 35-17 type game, but 56-7. What a game by your LSU Tigers. I mean, I don't have all the stats in front of me, but LSU had 600 yards of offense. Purdue might have had a little over 200 total offense. LSU's defense dominated. With all the players that opted out for LSU is going to the draft, with B.J. Ojulari, Jaquelin Roy, and all the other guys that's going to the draft. LSU defense just stunned Purdue. Took Purdue's offense out of the game. Harold Perkins had 2 forced fumbles. Micah Baskerville had some great open field tackles. Xavier Carter even had some great plays. He had a sack today. Savion Jones had a sack today. That defensive line for LSU was big time. You had Savion Jones, you had Makai Wingo, Jacobian Guillory stepped up. They dominated the line of scrimmage versus Purdue today. LSU was the more athletic team, and they even seemed a lot faster than Purdue. Now, I don't know if it's because the players on the field, the young players that just love playing football, they're more athletic, they're just more fast than the people LSU had before, or if it's just because Purdue is not that great of a team. Purdue had a lot of opt-outs. Their starting quarterback opted out. Their big-time receiver opted out. Their tight end opted out. Their number 1 corner opted out. So Purdue didn't have everybody available today. But with that being said, LSU defense dominated Purdue's offense. They couldn't do nothing. Greg Brooks had an interception. Jerick Bernard-Converse had an interception. This defense came ready to play. Like I said, Harold Perkins had 2 forced fumbles. Savion Jones had a sack. Xavier Carter had a sack. Makai Wingo had a sack. They put pressure on Purdue's offense all game long. Did not allow the running game to get started. Did not allow the quarterback to throw for 250 yards. That was a dominant defense for what LSU has coming back next year. Joe Fouché won't be here. Jay Ward won't be here. Jerick Bernard-Converse won't be here. They're going to the NFL. But with that being said, LSU's defense is in great position to have a big year next year. Mason Smith is coming back. He didn't get to play in a bowl game on the defensive line. And you have all your recruits coming in for the 2023 class. This defense will be big time next year from how they played today and what they're going to do versus Florida State, their first game in September. Now, LSU offense. Malik Nabors had a day. He should be the MVP of the Citrus Bowl because of the way he played. He deserves it. Malik Nabors had over 160 yards receiving. He had a receiving touchdown. He threw a touchdown pass. He had over, I think, 60 receiving yards, not receiving yards, 60 passing yards as a quarterback. Do we have quarterback controversy at LSU? We got Jaden Daniels, Garrett Nussmeier, and now Malik Nabors apparently can throw the ball. There was two beautiful balls that he threw. Yes, I know I could not see them, but I listen to the radio. I go by what I hear, and that was some great throws by Malik Nabors. Jaden Daniels even caught a touchdown pass from Malik Nabors. I didn't know Jaden Daniels can catch, but he did. And but Malik Nabors, I mean, 160 receiving yards, over 60 yards passing. I mean, come on. He got a touchdown. He did awesome. He did a little bit of everything this game. Then you add in Brian Thomas. Kyron Lacey had a good game. And then Mason Taylor, freshman tight end. He has a touchdown in the game. He had over 40 or 50 receiving yards. He did really good in the game. He's going to be really good next year as well. And he's just a freshman. He's going to get bigger, stronger, faster. He's going to know the playbook more. He's going to be really good next year as well. Then you get to the quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels started the game. There were people on Twitter. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, you can find me at tdsn LSU. I post all updates, news, recruiting, in-game commentary stuff. Y'all can go follow me there. And also hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and share it to every Facebook group that you're in. Help me get my name out there. Nobody knows me just yet, but I'm coming. But people were asking me on Twitter, and I tweeted out, who would y'all like to see playing quarterback in the game? And a lot of people said Garrett Nussmeier, which I understand. He's more flashy. He's very high-powered. He got a great arm. But I knew Jaden Daniels was going to start. I just didn't know who else was going to play or if anyone else was going to play. But Jaden Daniels did really good. He had over 160 passing yards, a couple touchdowns. He had over 70 rushing yards. So he had a really good game and a receiving touchdown. Garrett Nussmeier as well threw 2 touchdowns. He had 180 passing yards. So he did really good as well. The difference between Daniels and Nussmeier, which I'm figuring out now, Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback. Despite what people think, because he don't want to let the ball go, he don't throw it deep downfield. Jaden Daniels is a methodical quarterback. He likes to move the ball methodically down the field. He dinks and dunks. He throws 5-yard routes, 10-yard routes. Every once in a while, he'll throw a 20-yard route down the field. But his best weapon is his legs. That's what makes Jaden Daniels so great. Defenses cannot just game plan for the pass with Jaden Daniels. You have to defend the run with him as well. And if you don't, he will beat you with his legs. And that's why he's so dynamic. And that's why I like that he's coming back to LSU. That's why I like that he is the starting quarterback. Yes, he might not throw the ball downfield like everybody wants. He's not flashy. But he will put up points. He will move the ball. It's just not going to be like you want it to be. Garrett Nussmeier, on the other hand, is not a running threat at all. He's an athletic quarterback, but he's not the fastest. He's not the most mobile quarterback. He can escape the pocket when he needs to. But Garrett Nussmeier got an arm. He thinks he can make every throw, any part of the field. He can throw it 50 yards down the field accurately. And he can read defenses. He can go through his progressions. He can find the open receiver. But the thing about Garrett Nussmeier is he takes too many chances. He had an interception in today's game. in the end zone. You can't have that. Yeah, LSU was up by more than 3 touchdowns when that happened. But if it's a close game and he throws an interception like that, that's not a good thing. I believe Garrett Nussmeier has more interceptions than touchdowns in his career right now. I do like Garrett Nussmeier as a quarterback. I really do. But I don't like the interceptions. I don't like that he takes so many chances because he thinks he has that great of an arm and he can fit it into any coverage or any receiver. But I do like that he got a great arm. I do like that he can read defenses. If he can just calm down a little bit and not take so many chances, he's going to be a very, very good quarterback for LSU. Walker Howard even got to see some playing time, which I think's a really good thing. I think that goes a long way with experience. I mean, he didn't do the best. He's a freshman. He just got into the game, but you can see the talents there. So that's my opinions on the game. That's what I've seen in the game. LSU dominated this game from start to finish. And I want to say, too, I put on Twitter at Tiger Den LSU that I compared Malik Nabors to Justin Jefferson. Let me know who y'all compare him to. I'm not saying with the size and all that stuff, but what I'm saying is when Justin Jefferson was here at LSU, he had great hands. He did great route running. He got open. He knew how to read a defense, what their coverage was, all that type of stuff. Malik Nabors does the same thing. He got great hands. He got a great feel for what the defense is doing in coverage. He's a great route runner, and he catches everything that goes to him. So that's why I compare Malik Nabors to Justin Jefferson. And I believe he's going to have a great career at LSU. And also, another receiver that you've seen, another freshman, is Landon Ibieta. He had a couple catches. He had a first down catch. So that receiver room coming back next year is so loaded and talented, even though Kayshon Boutte left to go to the draft, which there's a lot of speculations going on what's going on with that. I'm not going to say much about that right now. But you got Malik Nabors coming back, Brian Thomas, Kyron Lacey, Landon Ibieta, Chris Hilton. You have who else? I mean, all the freshmen coming in. Shelton Sampson, Kyle Parker, Jalen Brown, Kai Preen, I think his name is, or Preen. So you got receivers coming in. And let me tell you about this offensive line. This offensive line for LSU played really good. You got all your returning starters coming back. I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Yes, it was Purdue, but you still have to do your job no matter what team you're playing. And LSU's offensive line did that with Will Campbell, Miles Frazier, Charles Turner at center, Anthony Bradford at right guard, and Emory Jones, the freshman, at right tackle. These guys right here are coming back next year. Your future at offensive line is bright. They're going to be a dominant and physical offensive line coming back next year. So they dominated this Purdue game. And the last thing I'm going to say about this game is I hate that referees call penalties on celebrations. I don't like it at all. It's frustrating. It's aggravating. These players cannot enjoy themselves. They can't have fun. Look, I get that some teams taunt other teams. Players taunt players. I don't agree with that. They should not taunt players or anything. But what I'm saying is Greg Brooks' interception. After the interception, they ran across the field and went into the Cheez-It bed. I couldn't see it. If somebody wants to explain it to me in the comment section, go ahead, because I cannot see the bed set up, so I don't know what it looked like or anything. But him and players ran and jumped in the bed. I see nothing wrong with that. That's players having fun, enjoying the game of football. And but the referees want to call penalties on that. I don't agree with that. They're not taunting the players. They're not doing anything wrong except enjoying the game of football and having fun. So I wish they would at least look at the rule. If it's not taunting, if they're not taunting players, then let them have some fun. Let them dance in the end zone. Let them take pictures in the end zone with their teammates. Who cares? Let them jump in the Cheez-It bed. I think that's funny. But with all that's being said, LSU had a dominant win, a great win, and this will propel LSU going into next season. The Florida State versus LSU on September 3rd, that's going to be an exciting game. We got a lot to talk about in the offseason, but looking ahead to that game, it's going to be one fun game. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos that I upload, and share to your Facebook groups and to all your friends.